Gotta run.
That's all right.
I know.
Okay, guys, girls. This is a public meeting of the Denham Springs City Council held June the 23rd, 2025 in the courtroom of the Municipal Building, 116 North Range Avenue here in Denham Springs, Louisiana. All notices have been posted and the media has been notified as required by law. I'd like to call the meeting to order and ask Councilman Poole to lead us in the invocation and the pledge.
Well, thank you, Mayor. Father, we are humbled once again to invite you into this chamber as we conduct the meeting this evening, as we conduct the business of this wonderful community. Father, we just ask for your guidance. We ask for your wisdom. We ask, Father, that you would help us all to be more intentional in seeking your guidance in all that we do. Thank you for the privilege of service to this great community, God, and we give you thanks for what certainly appears as though it may be peace on the horizon in the Middle East. And God, we just thank you for all that you do for this great nation. I ask, Father, that you would find us worthy, that we would walk in a manner worthy of all that you do and all that you've given. So bless us now as we go into our meeting, Father, that you would be glorified. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the roll, please.
Yes. Dugas. Here. Gilbert. Here. Lamb Williams. Here. Poole.
Here.
Wesley.
All right, I think I need a motion. I need to lift the agenda to add items number 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16, and all of those are in reference to insurance quotes that were just left off the agenda. Some of them came as late as today.
Motion to the agenda.
So, motion by Gilbert.
Second.
Second by Dugas. Now, clerk, would you call for the votes?
Dugas. Yes. Gilbert.
Yes.
Lamb Williams.
Yes.
Poole.
Yes.
Wesley.
Yes.
Now we can go back to item 1. Item 1 is going to be approved as published to official journal minutes of the June 10th, 2025 City Council meeting.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Gilbert.
Second.
Second by Lamb Williams. Madam Clerk.
Dugas.
Yes.
Gilbert.
Yes.
Lamb Williams.
Yes.
Poole.
Yes.
Wesley.
Item 2, discuss hurricane preparedness and stormwater management matters. This is Rick. That's the things to share with us.
All right, just kind of wanted to, we were going through some things and I was going through some of my email and it made me want to make sure that we got it publicly announced. I don't know if we can express it here tonight, but there's nothing else, at least make it out there, the information. So we do have a hurricane season that just started, June 1st it started, it's going to end November 30th. NOAA predicts 13 to 19 named storms, keeping in mind that our storm in August of 16 was an unnamed storm, so all those fun things are, it doesn't have to be a named storm to really be a pain in our neck. They're calling for a more storms than normal, so an above average season, it's supposed to be 60% chance of an above average season, 30% chance of an average season, and a 10% chance of being a less than average season. So take that for what it's worth. It's going to be fun. Flood insurance, I'm not going to read each and every one of these items here. I did want to talk about, though, that flood insurance coverage goes into effect 30 days after the purchase of the flood insurance. So don't wait until you got a storm on the horizon and go buy it. You're not going to be covered. Go ahead and pick it up. There is a get a quote tool that's available there at floodsmart.gov. There's also that same website you can use to make a claim. But that's one of the things that's been very difficult about Risk Rating 2.0 is we haven't had any transparency and haven't been able to get that how much is it going to cost me for insurance? How much is it going to cost me for this? You can actually go in there, if you own your home outright, you can go in and plug in whatever insurance you want. It doesn't have to be the full cost of your house because you're very unlikely to ever get that full amount. So go play and plug in and see what looks affordable. Be a courteous neighbor, keeping balls and other blow-up toys inside, right? Because that's what really clogs up most of our, so many of our culverts are just those kinds of crazy things that just make their way in. Tree limbs, piles of bags of garbage, and grass and leaves, furniture, tires, all of that stuff makes its way into the drainage ditches. Grass clippings. Please don't blow grass clippings into the street. I'm not saying this to anyone, I'm saying this to the public in general. Please don't blow the grass clippings into the street. That stuff actually gets into our drainage system and it makes mats, and it increases the likelihood of backed up drain systems. Don't block drainage ditches or swales with fill, fences, sheds, or other structures. This all seems like common sense stuff, right? Why are we even having to talk about it? It's the same reason that we have all of these legal disclaimers on everything that you buy, because we get these same things, they pop up all the time. My neighbor has added a whole bunch of dirt and now my yard doesn't drain. It's those kinds of things that just really get us. Red Cross has a very interesting disaster preparedness hurricane website. It includes very helpful videos in English, Spanish, as well as ASL. If you're planning to evacuate, know where you're going to go, how you're going to get there, how long you're going to stay. If you have any pets, can they go with you? Just common sense stuff. If you're going to stay in place, be ready to live without power, water, gas. We all kind of know that same kind of thing. Gather emergency supplies now, getting food, water, medicine, batteries, all the fun stuff. Your kits, if you got a go kit, check it out. Make sure it's up to date. If you had prescription medicine in the last year, is it still in there? Stay at home kit, same thing. 2 weeks of supplies, right? Not just water in the tub, but water in the 5-gallon buckets and everything else. Keep your personal, financial, and medical records safe, whether it's in the garage, or your attic, or locked in a vehicle. When a storm arrives, just keep it with you. Make sure that it's not just gonna be somewhere where it's gonna be flooded or lost in the storm. Emergency skills. Learn how to use a generator safely, right? Portable generators during Ida. We had over 10 people die, if I'm not mistaken, down in southern parishes. Enough people died because of carbon monoxide poisoning from portable standby generators that but state legislature had to be put in. It was an emergency change to our codes to recognize that you had to put in CO2 detectors. Common sense stuff, but it just gets lost in us. And then how will you use your powered medical equipment? And also we have our website. Turn around, don't drown, right? Never walk, never swim, or try to drive through floodwater. So these pamphlets right here, these get mailed out once a year to all of our, everybody that receives a paper copy of our utility bill gets included in there. That's got a lot of the same thing that I have here. It talks about drainage system maintenance, why we want to protect our floodplain, how can I protect my property. It also has in here the QR code for DS Alert. DS Alert, of course, is you can sign up. It's got the website. If the QR code is not working right for you on your phone, it's how to get emergency notification from the city. That's done through us. So,
and we only need to sign up once, right?
That's correct.
Right.
Yeah.
Is this available on our website too, on the city's website?
Yep. If anyone has any questions, I'm here. And
That's great.
of course, you all have my number. And if anyone out in the audience wants to know, I will send it.
I think this is great, Rick. Good job.
Yeah, it looks great. It really does.
I think Rick and
A lot of
I
information.
know Rick and I have worked very closely for the last year since the flood, obviously, and we have to, not so much discovered, but really come to, it's been proven time and time again that it's the small things that really add up to make a big difference.
And the reminders don't hurt, right?
No, it doesn't hurt at
You
all.
go back, make sure you got a charge cord or a block and cable for your phone. That's simple stuff like that.
And they're trying to lessen the responsibility of our guys cleaning ditches and what have you, gravity drainage, and the help that they provide for us. But there's been so many times we've gone out and it's just grass and leaves covered up a drain in a yard, or a cardboard box. I remember Oak Street was just totally under water, and it was a cardboard box that had it escaped from somebody's garage. And once it got on top, it was sucked in there and held in place. So just everybody, look, we have 10,000 citizens, what, 4,000 homes? if everybody would just clean up their yard before an event like that, just think how much better it could be, so.
A beach ball that blows out of somebody's
That's,
pool.
we've had that several
Basketball,
times.
yeah.
It's amazing how much that water that'll keep from going.
So it's okay to make copies and share with our neighbors?
Please.
Oh,
Yeah. If you want, it's a PDF, I can email it.
Oh, yeah, that would be great.
Rick, you mentioned the generator safety. People talk a lot about carbon monoxide issues and shock issues, backfeeding, power line, things like that, which are majors. But last year, there was a guy who actually was deceased filling a generator while it was running and caught on fire. And it's things you don't think about, but yes, there's a lot that goes into generators. Lots of hazards.
All right, so let's go on to item 3. We're gonna hold a public hearing for adoption of a 2025 millage rate. Declare the public hearing open. Is there anybody here that would like to speak from the citizens for or against? Any comments whatsoever? Okay, none being seen. Typically, we usually take a recommendation from the council, and I think if we go to I think it's in your packet, if we go to 2.898, we will maintain the same dollar amount instead of going up on our
Right.
citizens.
I'd like to move to go to.
Can I
Oh,
make
yeah.
a motion to close the
Oh,
public
yes,
hearing
I'm
first?
sorry.
A motion by Lynn Weed,
I'll
close the
second.
public hearing, second by Dugas, Madam Clerk, Ms. Charles, vote.
Dugas. Yes. Gilbert.
Yes.
Lamb Williams.
Yes.
Poole. Wesley.
Thank you. And item 4, adopt the 2025 millage rate. So what would you like to see, Amber?
I'm sorry, yeah, the 2.898.
I second that.
Before we move on that vote, I'd like to make an alternate motion, just for giggles.
Yes, sir.
I don't know that I'll get any support for it, but Louisiana, yes, but Denham specifically has been incredibly successful. If you look at our sales tax record and our revenue stream and our financial position, and just, we are so blessed. And I would be honored to be a part of a government that actually decreased this for once. And so my alternate motion is gonna be that we actually give back about $20,000 to the citizens of Denham Springs by decreasing that rate to 2.75, which will produce a revenue of $354,780 roughly, give or take a dollar or two. And it's mostly symbolic, more than anything at this point, but again, it's a privilege to make an alternate motion that we begin the process of being not just prudent, which I think we have. We've done a great job. This administration, I'm proud to have served under this mayor and this council. But I just feel like this is a great time to make a good faith gesture in this thing, and I hope I get a second and a positive vote, but my motion, alternate motion, will be that we diminish that rate to 2.75 and accept the project revenue, which will fall somewhere around $354,800. About a $20,000 revenue decrease, or I should say a $20,000 return to the citizens of Denham.
I appreciate the alternate motion, Robert, but I mean, last year we did permanently drop it. I mean, our city does a fabulous job with the money they have. I mean, it's unquestionable. They work, I mean, just unbelievable, but
Just for clarification, so just because we lower it to 2.75, we can still go back up to the max?
right, we can still get
We
back.
have
up.
until
Yeah,
2027.
2027.
Okay. So again, I just
Yeah.
wanted, just
Yeah.
for clarification,
I'm
okay?
glad you did.
Yeah,
Alright.
no, thanks, yeah.
Because I know there was a
Yeah.
time if you go too many years, you're
That's right.
stuck at the lower
We're
rate.
stuck at the lower rate.
Right.
But that's not the case this year, all right?
How much will we be going down? It's 20.
We'd lose about $20,000. It's really more symbolic than anything.
Well, no, $20,000 is $20,000.
Well, $20,000, if you divide that by the number of properties that we receive sales tax revenue from, is not gonna buy somebody a new automobile. But it sets at least a direction out of this council. Like, I would be honored to stand next to these 5 people and say, you know, we actually, I don't know if anybody in the history of state of Louisiana ever voluntarily diminished their property millage to return anything.
I mean, we did last year on the permanent level.
No, we altered last year, we did exactly
Yeah.
what Gerard said this time, was that we diminished it so that the revenue is neutral. So you alter the percentage, which is applied to the total property value, right? So
Yeah.
the revenue is neutral.
It's neutral.
I'm saying,
You want a
I'm
permanent?
saying,
For this year.
based on the revenue,
Yeah.
that we actually make a real cut in our revenue. The money that we take out of the pockets of the people that live in the city of Denham. And it may just be a meal, it may just be a ice cream sundae, but it sets a precedent, I think, that would be good. Anyway,
Yeah.
my
No, I
alternate
appreciate
motion
it.
stands. And I do appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Okay, alternate, so we have an alternate motion for 2.75%.
Yes, sir.
However the dollar amount shakes out.
That's right.
And there may not be any concern about this, but we've adopted a budget based, I think, upon
That's-
the we have.
You're right.
And so is that going to pose an issue with the fact that we've adopted a budget with a revenue stream of a certain amount? And then we're going to reduce this millage, which would reduce what we've already said that we're going to spend for this new year.
$20,000 out of 27 million.
Yeah, I'm just saying we voted on a certain revenue stream.
Yes.
I'm not
No, I'm
disagreeing with you.
I'm not trying to be a smart aleck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, the reason that we have like a budget recap at the end of the year is to bring everything officially in line with what actually happened. So, you know, so that our books are neutral going into a new year, relatively speaking. So, you know, if it was a big amount of money, then I would certainly have reservations about supporting it. So yeah, I mean, so on paper, there's a $20,000 shortfall, if you will. Whether that's 20,000 less in, you know, whatever. I mean, it has to be divided across you know, whatever the expenditures are for the city, definitely. It's not, it doesn't just come out of thin air, is what I'm saying.
And that being said, if you would like to wait, you can, because it's not due until when the actual.
Well, they knew that we were doing, we had to tell them the day that we were putting it on the agenda.
Right.
So we do have a little bit of time that we can table it. I'm waiting for a response here real quick.
So if you choose to table it, this is not the drop dead date. Okay, so we do have some time.
In order to get,
So if you want to get some
Feedback from
clarification from
Yeah,
Michelle.
that's right.
So I just spoke with Michelle, and she said we budgeted for revenue to stay the same. So we would have to make that reduced amount up somewhere.
Amen. Praise Jesus. Let's do it. 20 grand out of $27 million.
And our insurance just, I
Yeah.
mean, went up
And
59%.
you'll see that there's
just
a,
on
there's a jump
LEO.
that's on the insurance.
Like,
You
it's
know what you
huge.
never see?
Actually,
Every
two.
household in the city of Denham makes adjustments to handle revenue conditions that are not expected.
I agree.
You never see a public body do that. Wouldn't it be awesome if we did it once?
What do you mean, every day, Michelle? Like, money, we're constantly adjusting for if we don't get as much sales tax, or we got more, or we adjust all the time.
I think his point is that you're not returning
Returning money, okay.
back to the citizens. I think that's the point you're trying to
Yeah.
say.
Well, I mean, so we actually decide, the Denham is so blessed. We really don't put the brakes, I mean, I take that back. The mayor has been very responsible, our department has been very responsible. But we have never been in a position to where it was really troublesome to take a realistic demand that is, how do you say that? I don't want to make it sound like we take more than we should. I'm just saying that in our own personal finances, a lot of times, something that was anticipated turns out to be a little different, and so you tighten the belt a tiny bit here or there to accommodate it. We are blessed, and I'm not ashamed of the way that we've conducted ourselves. I just like the optics of being what may be the first town in the history of Louisiana to diminish their revenue stream voluntarily. It's just, it's a thought, you're with me or you're not.
Okay, so,
I'm with you. I think I would really like to, if we have the time, I think I'd like to table it and really.
I think that's the best decision.
Yeah, I would, since we do have a budget, I feel like I mean, if we're talking, I don't wanna do something just so it looks good. I mean, for optics, that's not why I feel, I wanna make sure we're not irresponsible, cause $20,000, granted, in government terms, is not a lot, but
Do you know what our
it's
reserves
more than,
are?
yeah,
Do you know
it's
what
a
our
lot.
cash reserves
Our
are?
reserves are not there for us to go, I mean, the reason we have reserves is because if we have a disaster, we still wanna be able to pay our people
Yeah, so what?
and
what-
provide services.
So what does the amount of those reserves need to be comfortable with
be comfortable?
giving $20,000 back?
I mean, Robert,
Because it's way bigger than it once was. Because of prudent management
Right.
by the city. This is not a difficult
I mean, we're not
thing to accomplish. and it's not
stockpiling
a
money for-
painful thing
to say,
do.
hey, we got bunches, that's also being a responsible adult, is to have a savings and to
Yes,
be
ma'am.
ready to go and have, I mean, in case you get a 59% increase on insurance. Like, that's, so I mean, I appreciate it, but yeah, I'll withdraw my motion and would like to say, let's table it so we can discuss
Well,
with
I
our
think
treasurer
an
and stuff.
alternate to my
Yeah,
alternate would be
yeah.
the table,
Let's
and
go.
that's a privileged
Yeah, let's
motion
do
that has
that.
to be entertained. So
Okay.
if that's the
Yeah.
case, then that just makes it all go away for tonight, but.
Well, I mean, I just, like, let's actually look at what we're taking it for, I don't know. We did vote a budget in with that money.
But we would be tabling it for 2 weeks, so we can keep it.
Until the next council meeting.
I want to say, I am
That's not my
absolutely-
motion to table it.
Well,
My
no, that would
motion
be-
Is to.
Well, we would have to
move
hold a
forward with
vote.
the 2.75.
I would withdraw my motion.
You wouldn't need to. An alternate takes,
Oh, take
precedence
precedence,
over
so take
the
that
motion.
one, okay. Okay,
This
then
is
you,
the last time I
okay.
made one.
Well, it should have.
Thank you.
Who's our parliamentarian?
Okay.
It's that handsome gentleman standing up in the back.
You're in. Get to work on that one. Yeah.
All right, so the
Okay.
substitute motion cancels out the first motion.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now, the second, so now the alternate
Well,
has
he
never
doesn't have a-
received
He
a
doesn't have a
second.
second, right.
Yeah,
He doesn't have a
that's
second.
right.
So now the motion, so you don't have to withdraw it either.
That's right. No, a motion right now to table item number 4 would have to be entertained and voted on.
So,
I am absolutely, not for rolling forward and taking the extra money. I thought it was really responsible to take the current millage. However, I am not against rolling back, and I do understand the point you're making, but as Jeff pointed out, procedurally, we need to make sure, so I have,
Because we just adopted a
Yeah, we
budget at the
just
last meeting.
exactly,
that's correct.
yes,
We have a budget that has fixed costs, considerable fixed costs in it.
yes.
And so, and we're looking at probably capital projects of some sort, where this money would have to come from. And so that's what we have to be concerned about.
All right, so do we have a motion to table?
I'll make a motion to table.
Motion by Lamb Williams to table,
Second.
second by Gilbert. Madam Clerk, would you call for the vote, please?
So wait, before I do the
For 2
vote,
weeks.
we're doing,
2 weeks.
yes, that's what, 2
Table it
weeks.
2 weeks, so it's gotta come up in 2 weeks.
Okay.
We'll have time to hear from Michelle in the meantime.
Dugas,
Yes.
Gilbert.
Yes.
Lamb Williams.
Yes.
Poole,
No.
Wesley.
Yes.
Motion passes. All right, item 5, hold a public hearing for a side yard setback variance from 7.5 feet to 5 feet from lot 4 in the Ivy located section 29, 30, and 48, T6S-R3E GLD City of Denham Springs, Livingston Parish, Louisiana, B-1038, requested by Tracy Properties. The address is 1182 Ivy Court. So we have a public hearing. I declare the public hearing open. And is there somebody here to vote, to talk about this setback? Ma'am? You come up and name and address, please, at the podium.
Rachel Long, 12-11 Blackwater Road, Baker, Louisiana. So basically, as it sits, the side yard setback for new construction is 7.5 feet. We are on our second set of building plans to put on this particular lot in that neighborhood. First round just wouldn't fit. It's a little bit of an odd shape in the back. So we went ahead with this new round, and we need just that 2.5 feet on the right-hand side. So instead of 7.5, it'll just be 5 feet.
Okay. Anybody speak against this at all?
Rachel, Ms. Long, are you with the developer? Is that, what's your connection with the property?
I'm the controller and business manager for Draco Properties.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. No-
Motion to close the public hearing?
Motion by Lamb Williams to close the public hearing,
Second.
second by Wesley. Madam Clerk, call for the vote.
Dugas,
Yes.
Gilbert.
Yes.
Lamb Williams.
Yes.
Poole,
Yes.
Wesley.
Yes.
Item 6, approve a side yard setback variance from 7.5 to 5 feet for lot 4 in the Ivy located section 2930 of 48 T6S-R3 EGLD, City of Denham Springs, Livingston Parish, Louisiana, B-1038, requested by Draco Properties, 1182 Ivy Court.
Motion to approve?
Motion by Lamb Williams.
May I, can we discuss for just a moment? You knew this was coming to you. Did this reach planning and zoning, and what
It
was the
did.
discussion, and was there any opposition?
Public hearing was held. This was a meeting that I did not attend, but the minutes indicate that motion by Whitmire, second by Lawson to approve the side yard variance from 7.5 to 5 was unanimously yayed, no nays, we had one absent. So the thing about it is that the ordinance does say that there are minimum side yards of 5 feet with an aggregate of 15. So if you have a 5-foot side yard here, it needs to be 50, it needs to be 10 feet over there. The fact that they're dropping it down, 2.5 feet, you're still meeting a minimum side yard width. So it's just the variance is on the aggregate side versus an actual reduction in size. So. Yeah, it was unanimously approved, and I don't see a problem with it.
Okay, good deal. Thank you.
And I'll second that motion.
All right, so second by Gilbert. Madam Clerk, call for the vote. Oh, I'm sorry.
Ms. Long, you mentioned that this is a lot in there that the house wouldn't fit on without this variance. Are there any other lots that you'll be coming to us for where we'll have to have the same variance?
Not that we're aware of.
Okay.
No, sir. We currently own another lot in that neighborhood. Same deal. Our preferred square footage wouldn't fit correctly when we were looking at plot plans and stakeouts, so we had new plans drawn to get everything kind of moved through. And then we did talk to Mr. Harold, the owner of the development, the subdivision, and he said that, you guys should try for a variance. I think it's reasonable. It's only the 2.5 feet. And there were no issues found with it, so here we are.
All right, so we have a motion and a second. Madam Clerk, will you call for the vote, please?
Dugas.
Yes.
Gilbert.
Yes.
Lamb Williams.
Yes.
Poole,
Yes.
Wesley.
Number 7, introduce and authorize a public hearing on a rezoning request from R1 residential to I1 industrial for the purpose of a contractor to lay down yard located section 45 T6S-R3 EGLD, City of Denham Springs, Livingston Parish, Louisiana, RZ-455, requested by Brian Brooks on East Street, to be held July the 28th, 2025 at 6 p.m. in the courtroom of the municipal building 116 North Range Avenue, Denham Springs, Louisiana.
Motion to authorize the public hearing?
Motion by Lamb Williams.
Second.
Second by Dugas. Madam Clerk, call for the vote.
Dugas.
Yes.
Gilbert.
Yes.
Lamb Williams.
Yes.
Poole,
Yes.
Wesley.
Yes.
Item 8, approve a proposal for floodplain management software to include community ratings and code enforcement. So again, it's the Rick Foster show. Or Dana, I'm sorry.
And there was only one proposal given from Forerunner Industries. And I recommend accepting that singular proposal.
So Rick, this is software that you can use for the next 5 years for floodplain management.
It's based on an annual subscription.
Right.
There's a.
Let's see the yearly.
the
Looks like
five-
about 60 grand.
It's just about $190 the total cost should
Right.
be go for 5 full years, but it's an annual subscription. If we don't like it, we don't have to renew.
And is this a company that we've used in the past?
It is not. It is a company that there are, I've gotten very, very good feedback from other municipalities, and Tangipahoa uses it, and they swear by it. One of the biggest things about it that it does is when we get an elevation certificate, we scan it into this program, and the program will be able to go through, and this is just one of the smallest things that it does. It's able to go through and actually find problems on the elevation certificate. As simple as what it may seem, if you've never seen an elevation certificate, it's, you know, an EC could be 6 pages, and it'll find, you know, in all of this form. And it had to give you an example, the lat long on there has to be formatted exactly correct. So if we miss that, when we're going through and scanning it in the middle of everything else that we're doing, and we're going over it, yep, sounds good, upload it and go from there. If we don't catch it until it gets to our recertification that we have to do every August, when that goes in, if we don't make 90%, if we don't pass 90% on our elevation certificates of correct without any problems, they'll kick it back to us and say you have problems with this, this, and this. And then we go through and we correct those matters. If on that second pass, the total score is at 90, we lose our CRS rating, and it drops us way back down to a 9, which is, it's unacceptable at this point.
And
It
we're
just is.
currently at a 7.
Yes.
Right? And we're not that far away from a 6.
We're not that far. BSEGs, I need to do the BSEG survey, and there's some other stuff. There may be some overhanging fruit that possibly the parish is gonna be able to help us with. So it's not out of the question.
Very good.
Are there, because just between us kids, I just Google search floodplain management software, and there are hundreds of sites that respond. And it's not different, like, sub-sites within one site. There's a whole lot of people out there doing this.
Right.
So, all right, so let me back up first. What did we do about this before this contract, and what did that cost?
What
so-
do we use to handle this?
Yeah, 'cause
In-house.
this looks like 13,000 a year, so I'm just curious what.
It's manpower. It's all manpower. It's humans that do all of this. You know, human errors added into that. If you look at this, it's going to help all of us do our jobs better.
So we didn't have a software like this? Is
No.
this something new? Okay,
Correct.
I got you.
Yeah, and then, so I go to, and the conferences that I go to, the building officials and floodplain management conferences, there are a myriad of groups that are there, you know, hawking their wares. You know, this is what this does, this is what that does. Sitting down with these guys, I was able to go through and take a look at what it is and actually have good conversations with local people,
Okay.
not out-of-state organizations. I mean, these are, like I said, Tangi, and I have a very good relationship with the floodplain manager over there, Nick LeBlanc, and he loves it, what it does for them. It not only goes through and scans that EC, make sure that the EC is correct, it will take the coordinates that are put on there. So if the EC is correct, all of it is correct, it will take it, it will take that information, it will, what is it, creates a relationship between the EC and the platform. And on our map, it's basically a GIS. It will take from the assessor's website, it will put the assessor's information in there. Everything that we have that's substantial damage, it will categorize and maintain that in there. Anytime anyone calls up about a complaint for a property, it automatically, and that's web-based. So we will be, once we get this thing up and moving and doing what it needs to do, customers will be able to access it. So customers, residents,
That's great.
real estate agents, if they have a question about a parcel, they can click on that parcel and get a lot of information, the elevation of it, you know, it's a
That's
current
awesome.
elevation certificate, someone who's looking to purchase it. Internally, we'll have information like substantial damage, we'll have information like rep loss, severe rep loss. All of that will be kept into one portion. And that's just the floodplain management part of it. That doesn't include the NOV, the notice of violation, that we're now gonna be able to utilize too. The notice of violation, it's not extra, it's all included in this. We have that service through our permitting software. But it's got a lot of problems, right? I mean, just like, you know, not all software works really. Bubby's used it, she used it for years and knows the limitations that it has. That Forerunners product is able to, they just are able to manage it so much better. It's more flexible, it's more intuitive, it's a better product. It's expensive, don't get me wrong, I choked. I've been fighting with this for a long time to try to get to the point where I was comfortable with it and the things that it's able to do.
I'm just curious if you, in your conversations with Tangipahoa, is this about the cost you expected it to be, or were you,
Theirs is much more.
Yes.
But they also have more users.
Yeah.
There's different things that they have included in theirs that we don't have included in ours. And it was $15,000 and I negotiated it down to 12. They were very generous in being able to give us that. It's set up and some other fees that they're able to waive. It's not the basic subscription, but our subscription rate starts off at that rate. So because we're signing, as long as council approves it, if we're able to get the contract signed before the end of the month, we will maintain that extra $3,000 or we'll save $3,000. Instead of $15,000 start off, it'll be 12.
cool, okay.
And then our increases start off at that $12,000 rate.
One other quick point I think that Robert would be interested in. So if we go to 20%, which is a 7.
A 6, yes.
I mean, a 6 would give a 20% discount to our citizens just inside the city limits of Denham Springs.
Correct, that are policy
What does that equate to?
I don't have
But
a what if.
What were we at about $350,000 a year in savings?
So before risk rating 2.0 really did its worst, we would have been at 300 sitting with the 7 that we got. Because risk rating 2.0 took out your benefit that you got in an X zone. In other words, it ignores X zones. So there used to be what's called a preferred policy, preferred policy rate, PPR. They did away with PPR. So it used to be if you were in an X and you had your insurance was somewhere between $300 and $500 a year because you're unlikely, you're at a lower hazard. Now what risk rating 2.0 does is it takes it and it looks at your general location regardless of your whatever the flood insurance rate map the firm says. It takes it based on your history, on your foundation, on how many floors you have, where your equipment is. It takes all of that information, puts it together, and it spits out a rating or a rate that you would pay. So what's happened is people that used to have policies in X zones, they don't have to have them. And if you're now you have to pay some exorbitant rate, well, they're dropping it. And so it's really put a serious crush on the program. So where we were at with 300,000, it's only 220. We're still saving. We obviously want to go to that 6 because once they fix risk rating 2.0, and you got a whole lot of legislators that realize this thing is it's a nightmare. They're dying to fix it. They will ultimately fix it, and it's just going to it'll ultimately save folks more money. That's our goal, right? That's really what we're doing.
$12,000 or $13,000 a year to save our citizens another $250,000 to $300,000 something. Because it was all done manually before.
Make a motion to approve.
Are they gonna train your people?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. And that's in the cost.
Yep.
And Dana, did you say that if there was not a contract, you're free to exit this in 2 years if you don't like it?
In 1 year, so annual subscription.
Yeah,
So
okay.
each year, we can come back and say, yeah, let's do it again, yeah, let's do it again. But again, the 5-year cost was just so y'all would see what the
Yeah.
total
Cool.
that we're looking at.
Make a motion to approve.
So we have a motion by Gilbert to approve, second by Wesley. Madam Clerk, call for the vote, please.
Dugas?
Yes.
Gilbert?
Yes.
Lamb Williams?
Yes.
Poole?
Yes.
Wesley?
Item 9 is really just an FYI, approve insurance quote for crime policy. It does it, it's still good till 2027. but,
Right, y'all approved it last year, it was from 2024 to 2027.
Okay, item 10, approve insurance quote for a cyber policy. Where's that number at?
The premium, is that what you're asking?
Yeah, because it's not on here. It's not on the agenda. 14,522?
It's the same.
It's not on my printed copy, I'm sorry. Is that an increase, decrease?
Zero.
Same number we had last year?
Yes, sir.
All right, did y'all get that? Okay.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Lamb Williams to approve. Second by Wesley. Madam Clerk, call for the votes.
Dugas,
Yes.
Gilbert.
Yes.
Lamb Williams.
Yes.
Poole.
Yes.
Wesley.
Item 12, approve the insurance quote for law enforcement officer liability, an increase approximately 59% from last year. Dana, can you kind of guide us as to what happened there?
Yeah, did we not?
No,
do
it's
that?
number 11.
11.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Then-
It's property insurance.
All right, I'm all right, gotcha. That was the 14,522. What is, item 11 then?
Property coverage.
Coverage, I don't have a number on that.
Arthur Gallagher, quote for 91,396.
Same number or?
It's actually down 10. From 25,000 to 3,000 as well, so that's.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I do have Mr. Dale from Ernie Insurance and Max from Arthur Gallagher. They work together, I guess, as partners. If you have specific insurance questions, they can. Okay.
Right. Well, we know Dale is an ex-politician, we probably shouldn't invite him to it.
Ex-politicians like ex-marine, there's no such thing.
Yeah.
Do we have any questions for the dynamic duo?
I think if it's down, we're good.
Yeah, for down.
Down
it's
10%,
down.
we appreciate
Yeah,
that.
so I'll make the motion to approve that one.
Second.
Motion by Lamb Williams. Second by Gilbert. Madam Clerk?
Dugas.
Yes.
Gilbert.
Yes.
Lamb Williams.
Yes.
Poole.
Yes.
Wesley.
All right, so now we're on to number 12, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Item 12.
Back on track.
Approve insurance quote for law enforcement officer liability, which increased 59%. Damn, what happened?
There's still several open claims. Help me explain this.
Yeah. So, we took over this line of coverage last year, so, knock on wood, this policy period, we had no claims under this specific coverage. Existing claims, so claims that were already on the loss runs, which insurance companies look at to find what your premium's at.
They look at loss runs for the past 10 years.
Correct.
Okay.
So existing claims that were already on the books, we had an additional, whether it was a closed claim or the reserve was raised, that total number for the police, professional, law enforcement was around $350,000. Existing claims that are now increased by $350,000. So when talking with the underwriter, yes, out of his checkbook, did he cut anything for losses? No, but he can't ignore what's on the books when looking at historical information. So, nothing that's happened in the past 12 months, but going back, looking at the history, we've seen an uptick pretty significantly in existing claims.
Is that kind of a trend around the country as well?
Well, no, these are specific to city claims.
Okay.
So they are taken into a consideration of what, as the country, inflation, what's going on. Correct, yes.
So is this price of 49,272, is that accurate?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And then also, that change, within that change is, adding officers, taking off officers, different things like that.
Correct. I believe there was an exposure increase as man count.
Yeah.
Okay.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Lamb Williams to approve, second by Wesley. Madam Clerk, call for the vote.
Dugas.
Yes.
Gilbert.
Yes.
Lamb Williams.
Yes.
Poole.
Yes.
Wesley.
Item 13, approve insurance quote for public officials and employee liability, increased 7.5% from last year.
That was a typo on my part, sorry, it only went up 2.5%.
2.5 instead of 7.5.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Lamb Williams,
Second.
No.
second by Gilbert. Madam Clerk, call for the vote, please.
Dugas.
Yes.
Gilbert.
Yes.
Lamb Williams.
Yes.
Poole.
Yes.
Wesley.
Item 14, approve insurance quote for equipment liability. Dana says that $38,000 for both equipment and wastewater treatment plant, is that right?
Correct.
Okay.
So the MCC billing at the wastewater treatment plant would be the inland marine policy, and the equipment policy through Lewis Moore Agency would be all the backhoes, truck codes, contractor equipment type things.
And is that-
Tractors, things like that.
Up or down over last year?
The equipment policy went up 7.2% because we added a lot And we added the gravel truck, the trash truck, which is a high dollar value, so that's really not so bad. The wastewater treatment.
Yeah, it's flat, it's down $169.
Okay.
Okay.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Gilbert, second by Dugas. Madam Clerk, call for the vote.
Dugas.
Yes.
Gilbert.
Yes.
Lamb Williams.
Yes.
Poole.
Yes.
Wesley.
Item 15, approve insurance quote for inland marine liability.
So that is the wastewater treatment.
So it's separate from the other one? Yes.
Yeah, there's two separate policies, my explanation was just explaining why I recommended the way I did.
All right.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Gilbert,
Second.
second by Dugas. Madam Clerk, call for the vote.
Dugas.
Yes.
Gilbert.
Yes.
Lamb Williams.
Yes.
Poole.
Yes.
Wesley.
Item 16, approve insurance quote for general, auto, sexual abuse, and molestation.
And
Package policy that can't be split up, okay?
Mm-hmm.
correct.
And that's one that, up or down?
Yeah, that one. That's the one I don't have the breakdown for because last year it wasn't written as those three in a package. It was written differently, so I didn't get the percentage change.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Would y'all like to hold off on this one, or,
3.27?
That's
hang on,
Okay.
that's yours? Is that your insurance? Do you know what it was, did it go up or down?
It's up 3%.
3%, okay. Thank you, sir.
But that's for their quote. What I've recommended is Bluebirds, which is less than that.
Less than a
Less
3%
than
increase, okay. So we have a motion.
How long have we held this particular insurance?
The general liability.
Yeah,
Because I
Yeah,
can remember
forever.
okay.
since before I
I
started.
mean, I guess I just haven't, I don't recall seeing it like.
Worded that way.
This way.
Yeah, that was not my fault, yes.
What's that? I'm sorry.
So it's probably general insurance before it's probably,
They-
how it's listed?
They,
Yeah, how it's listed, that's what I
yeah,
was saying,
yeah.
because some years it's general liability and then, you know, public officials.
Right.
Separate, you know, they break them up different. It depends on who the company's, who it's written through.
Okay.
so
that-
this one is a group. It's grouped together. You can't separate it. So that's the way that they assigned the group
For both
on this
Bluebird
one.
And Arthur Gallagher, they're both package deal, you can't get one without the other.
Okay.
So your suggestion was taken, the one from Bloomberg, from 304. I'll make a motion to accept that.
I agree, a second.
Motion by Gilbert, second by Lamb Williams. Madam Clerk, call for the vote.
Dugas.
Yes.
Gilbert.
Yes.
Lamb Williams.
Yes.
Poole.
Yes.
Wesley.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion by Lamb Williams to adjourn, second by Poole. Madam Clerk, call for the vote.
Dugas.
Yes.
Gilbert.
Yes.
Lamb Williams.
Yes.
Poole.
Yes.
Wesley.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.